So, the title track, Your Song Is With Me in the Night. This is the first one on the album. We actually didn't know what it was going to be called. We didn't know what the album was going to be called. I'm like, how do you put into words, like, grieving with the Lord, His nearness, and all that stuff into one little thing? But we got in the studio, Danny's my producer, and I had 8 songs that I knew were going to be on the album, and I knew I wanted like an intro track and like an outro, and neither of them were written yet. So this one, we were in the studio and we're like, I want to capture the sound. Like I want this track to be kind of like kind of capture the entire album in one song, if possible, but not necessarily with lyrics or like as a structured song. But I'm like, I want to capture the sound. Like, what would it look like to mourn with God, or what would it sound like to be in the presence of God while He's weeping with you? And so we got in the studio, we were just like kind of messing around with different sounds, and we kind of landed on this a little bit of a darker tone sound, but it felt healing at the same time. And so Danny and I just kind of wrote around that sound. I was pulling up scriptures from Matthew 5, blessed are those who mourn, and Psalm 34. Psalm 34 talks about, I say it in the song, but I'll just pull it up because it's good. Where it says, the eyes of the Lord are on the righteous, His ears are attentive to their cry. The righteous cry out, and the Lord hears them. He delivers them from all their troubles. The Lord is close to the brokenhearted and saves those who are crushed in spirit. A righteous man may have many troubles, but the Lord delivers him from them all. He protects his bones, not one of them will be broken. And then, like, we were also in Psalm 42, which is where the name for the track came out. And it's David kind of in a similar place to a lot of the Psalms, just like crying out to the Lord for help. And he's just declaring truth. Like, I know this is where I'm at, but I know your goodness is with me in the daytime, and your song is with me in the night. And when I read that, I'm like, that's it. That's the title. That's where we're going with this. That is God mourning with us. Like his goodness is with us when things are going well, and His song that comforts us, and His song that brings our minds and spirits peace is with us literally through the valley of the shadow of death. And so that's kind of why we settled on those sounds, and even those scriptures are just like, I want to declare truth about who the Lord is in the depths of these like darker tones instrumentally. So it was fun. It was fun creating that song in the studio. I didn't know what was going to happen that day. We just went in there and like, let's find the sound of this. Another fun thing, because I kind of geek out a little bit about this song, musically, we went from so time signature wise, we went from 4/4. We were playing in 4/4, which is kind of your standard worship song, or most songs are in 4/4. But we changed it. Like, what if we prolonged it a little bit and kind of spaced it out, and we ended up going to 5/4. So we added an extra measure in there in the chord progression, and it kind of slowed it all down. It made it so we're not just like rushing through the chords and rushing through the song, but it felt like it just slowed it down in my spirit, and it made me not think about the music. It made me just kind of feel and encounter what the Lord was doing. And so once we found that chord progression, we found the time signature, we were finding all the different things. That's when I opened up the Word, and we were just I was just reading and singing scripture, and it was like an encounter in the studio. It was really, really cool. It's a special song to me, and I feel like it sets the tone for the whole album. Even sonically, just where it's going. So kind of a fun little one.